He was called the richest man in history, a titan of oil, a ruthless monopolist, and later the most generous philanthropist the world had ever seen. This is the story of John D. Rockefeller, how he rose from nothing, built an empire, changed capitalism, and left a legacy that still shapes our world today. Born in 1839 in Richford, New York, John Davison Rockefeller came from modest means. His father, William, was a traveling salesman, sometimes described as a swindler, and his mother, Eliza, was a deeply religious and frugal woman who instilled discipline in young John. Even as a boy, John had a knack for business. He raised turkeys, sold candy, and lent money to neighbors with interest, keeping meticulous records in a small ledger. At age 16, he landed his first real job as an assistant bookkeeper in Cleveland, Ohio. He considered the day he started, September 26, 1855, so significant that he celebrated it every year. The 1860s brought a new opportunity: oil. When America's first oil well was drilled in Titusville, Pennsylvania in 1859, Rockefeller was quick to notice. In 1863, he and his partners invested in a small refinery in Cleveland. It was the start of something much bigger. Kerosene, used in lamps before electricity became common, was in huge demand. Rockefeller saw beyond the oil rush. He envisioned a future where oil wasn't chaos and speculation, but science, structure, and scale. In 1870, Rockefeller founded Standard Oil with his brother William, financier Henry Flagler, and other partners. His approach was methodical, ruthless, and revolutionary. Through aggressive buyouts, secret deals with railroads, and economies of scale, Standard Oil controlled over 90% of the U.S. refining capacity by the 1880s. They even built their own barrels, pipelines, and employed chemists to find new uses for petroleum byproducts. But power came at a price. Muckrakers like Ida Tarbell exposed Standard Oil's monopolistic tactics. Rockefeller was accused of bribery, price fixing, and bullying competitors into submission. The public began to see him as the face of corporate greed. In response to growing public outrage, Congress passed the Sherman Antitrust Act in 1890. But it wasn't until 1911 that the Supreme Court ruled Standard Oil of New Jersey was in violation of antitrust laws and ordered it broken up. The trust was dismantled into 34 independent companies, many of which later became giants themselves: ExxonMobil, Chevron, and Amoco. Ironically, the breakup made Rockefeller even wealthier, as he owned stock in all of them. Adjusted for inflation, Rockefeller's net worth was estimated at over $400 billion in today's dollars, making him the richest person in modern history. For comparison, that's more than Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos combined. But what truly makes his story unique is what he chose to do with that wealth. Influenced by his devout Baptist faith and by steel magnate Andrew Carnegie's philosophy of giving, Rockefeller shifted from empire building to giving back. He founded the University of Chicago, helped eradicate hookworm in the American South, and created the Rockefeller Foundation, an institution that still supports education, health, and scientific research around the world. Fun fact: the Rockefeller Institute funded early work that led to the discovery of DNA. John married Laura Spelman in 1864, a woman of strong values and abolitionist roots. Together, they had 5 children, including John D. Rockefeller Jr., who would continue his father's philanthropic legacy. Rockefeller lived modestly for a billionaire, often giving dimes to children, playing golf, and keeping a rigid routine. He died in 1937 at the age of 97, just 3 years short of his personal goal to live to 100. Today, we still live in Rockefeller's shadow. The oil industry he helped build powers the world. Antitrust laws he inspired shape how governments check corporate power. And the institutions he founded, like Rockefeller University and the University of Chicago, continue to influence science and education. Even the phrase "Rockefeller rich" lives on in pop culture. Rockefeller's life forces us to ask big questions. Can immense wealth be earned ethically? Can philanthropy undo the harms of capitalism? And how should society treat those with the power to shape the world? As tech billionaires and multinational corporations rise today, understanding Rockefeller's story is more relevant than ever. History doesn't just repeat, it evolves. Let's learn from it. What do you think about Rockefeller? Visionary or villain? Leave a comment below and join the discussion. If you enjoyed this video, hit the like button, subscribe, and ring the bell for more deep dives into the people who shaped our world.